Rich Dad, Poor Dad is a book about how different mindsets around money, work, and risk shape your entire life. The author contrasts two father figures as two financial philosophies. Poor Dad represents the traditional path of stability, good grades, and a secure career, while Rich Dad represents financial literacy, building assets, and learning to make money work for you. The book is not about quick hacks. It is about changing your logic. Stop living paycheck to paycheck and start building a system where your income is not tied only to your hours. The core idea is that most people work for money because they live inside a loop of fear and desire. Fear of not having enough pushes them to seek a safe job, and desire for comfort pushes them to spend what they earn. As income grows, expenses grow with it. Lifestyle upgrades, status purchases, debt, and obligations. Many people end up dependent on the next paycheck, no matter how much they make. The author calls this the rat race and argues the problem is not income level, but financial habits and the inability to tell assets from liabilities. The most important distinction in the book is the definition of an asset versus a liability. An asset puts money into your pocket. A liability takes money out of your pocket. A key point is that many things people call assets, like a primary home, can be liabilities if they require constant outflows, taxes, maintenance, repairs, and monthly payments without generating cash flow. The author's rule is simple. The rich buy assets first, build steady cash flow, and only then purchase expensive liabilities as rewards. The poor and middle class often do the opposite. They buy liabilities to look successful, which forces them to stay trapped in jobs to fund those payments. From there comes a practical model. Financial freedom happens when income from assets covers your living expenses. The author is not saying, do not work. He is saying, use your job as a launchpad. A job can provide stable cash, experience, and connections, but your goal should not be endless salary chasing. Your goal is to convert surplus income into assets that produce cash flow. Businesses, rental real estate, investments, intellectual products, royalties, or ownership stakes. Another major theme is financial literacy as the ability to understand how money actually moves. The author argues that school trains people to become good employees, but does not teach them how taxes, debt, cash flow, or basic financial statements work. The rich do not win because they are smarter. They win because they understand the rules of the game. Where money leaks, where it compounds, how to structure things legally, and how to evaluate risk. That is why he encourages learning accounting, investing, markets, negotiation, sales, and marketing. Skills that help you build and protect assets. Most people avoid risk and choose security, but that can create vulnerability. Losing a job can collapse the entire system. The Rich Dad approach is to manage risk instead of running from it. Start small, learn through mistakes, and build the ability to act even when you feel fear. Fear exists for everyone, but wealthy people learn not to let fear control their decisions. One practical habit the author highlights is pay yourself first, meaning invest into assets before spending on everything else. The author criticizes the idea that your house is your best investment and challenges consumer debt culture. In his view, debt used for consumption locks people deeper into the rat race. He argues you should build assets that pay for your lifestyle instead of using your salary to pay for lifestyle. He repeats a key point. The issue is not that people earn too little, but that they do not know how to turn income into capital. If you increase your income without changing your expense structure and without buying or building assets, you only run faster in the same wheel. The book's conclusion can be summarized as a simple plan. First, redefine the target, not a higher salary, but assets and cash flow. Second, audit your life. Identify what is truly an asset and what is a liability. Then gradually shift your spending toward assets. Third, continuously build financial skills through real practice, not only theory. Fourth, develop the discipline to invest regularly, even small amounts, and to build income streams that are not dependent on your daily labor. In the author's framing, wealth is not a number in your bank account, but a system of decisions and assets that increases your freedom over time.